So today we are going to learn about Python. So there is introduction about Python. So what is Python? Why we need Python? What is the basic methodology to write a simple program in Python? What is the tools needed to write the simple program? Okay, we will go by one simple steps. Then I will explain how to write a simple program in Python. So my voice is audible to all. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're clear.
So first we have to know about what is operating system. All you are familiar with operating system or at least heard about operating system. So operating system is nothing but it is an interface between your human and hardware. The interface between human and your hardware. Okay, what is hardware? Just we take it as our computer. Okay, our laptop, desktop, or mobile phone, whatever may be your hardware. So in mobile, Android is an OS, or iOS is an iOS. iOS is an OS. Apple mobile, iOS is an OS. Normal mobiles, all mobiles, we are using Android for operating system. Likewise for our desktop or or laptop, whatever may be our systems, we are using operating systems as Microsoft Windows or Linux or Unix or Ubuntu or Mac OS. Likewise, we are using the operating system. So we already learned about programming language. So what is programming language? Programming language is nothing but we are going to write some program using the computer. We are going to develop one applications. Okay, that is programming languages. Suppose I know English, I can easily communicate with the foreigners, those who are um, knowing English. Suppose I'm going to communicate with one Malayali or one Telugu people. There is a difficult because I won't know Telugu and Malayalam, but I know English. So I need an interface. I need a mediator to communicate the English between Malayalam. Okay, so the mediator knows the two languages, English and Malayalam. Then only he is able to convert or convey my message into Malayalam, understanding my English words or English sentence or whatever maybe sees or he is understand. So that is known as interface. Interface is nothing but communication between one medium to another medium. It acts as an mediator. Okay, like I want to communicate with one Malayali or one Karnataka people or one Andhra Pradesh people. I must know either Malayalam or Kannada or Telugu. Okay, Telugu. So I must know any one three languages. Suppose I am man with Telugu language and English. I make it as a interpreter or mediator. Okay, so I need this as an intermediator. Okay, likewise programming language, I am writing one program in one language. I want to communicate with the hardware devices. Okay, so I want to communicate with the hardware devices. I need one programming language, one language. Suppose I want to communicate with the Malayalam people, I need Malayalam people, I need Malayalam is the language. Suppose I want to communicate with Telugu people, I need Telugu as language. So I want to communicate with the hard words. So I need some machine oriented languages. That is called as programming languages. Machine oriented languages is called as programming languages. So we already know about high level language, low level language, high level language and low level language. What is high level language? What is low level language? High level language is nothing but we are speaking as an English. Okay, that is high level language. We easily communicate with the languages. What is low level language? It is an assembly language that is also called as machine level language. That is 1010. These are machine codes, binary codes. This codes is understandable by only the machines, not by the human beings. Okay, suppose input. I am giving the statement input. Everyone can understand this. Input is a statement to give an input. This is high level language. Okay, this is a high level languages. So little bit about high level languages. Then 1991, Guido van Rossum introduced the Python. Okay, 1991, Guido van Rossum introduced the Python. He is a mathematician. He is a mathematician. We will see later about Guido van Rossum and how Python will comes. Now we are going to simple summary before going to the introduction of Python. Okay, in 2005 to 10, just 12 or 13 years before. Okay, our OS, our RAM capacity and hard disk are very low. Okay, in 2005 to 10, before 12 to 13 years before, we are having lowest configuration of systems. The RAM capacity is 256 MB. The hard disk capacity is 40 GB, 20 to 40 GB. At the same time, that is at the same duration, 2005 to 10. Okay, outside India, that is apart from India, they are having 2 GB RAM, 500 GB hard disk. So they are having, compared to our systems, compared to in Indian systems, they are having 1 by 8 we are having at that time. Okay, 1 by 8. They are having, we are having 1 by 8, not 1 by 4th, 1 by 8. Okay, 1 by 8 means 1 by 4th is, suppose you take 100, 25 percentage, but we are having only 12.5 percentage capacity of the system. We are having very lowest configuration of the systems in 2005 to 10 compared to other countries. Okay, but Python developed during the time of 1991. So other countries are having high configuration system, 2 GB RAM, 500 GB hard disk. Okay, so Python are learned very well and applied very well in other countries. But in India, we are aware of 2016 to 20, we are having much and more awareness on Python. Okay, so that is the drawback. In India nowadays, we are learning, everyone is learning Python, everyone is learning machine learning, everyone is learning data science, everyone are interested in deep learning. Likewise, we are learning lot of concepts. So in India, we are learning Python in 2021. Okay, and 2016 to 2020, we are having the awareness. We have the awareness comes in India for Python 2016 to 2020. Why this awareness comes, why this data science comes? Okay, so in Google, we take it as an application, Google, Facebook, Twitter, you are using Internet Explorer, so they uses large data. Yeah, suppose if you want to search a single document, you go to Google, a fraction of second, millions of people are using Google, millions of people are using FB, Twitter. So take a survey for 1 hour. A millions of people are using Facebook, Twitter. They are searching using Google Chrome. There's a Google. They are also searching using the browser Internet Explorer. Likewise, Facebook. All the applications are used numerously by the humans in nowadays. So data is the vital role in nowadays. So we want to analyze the data, real data, fact data, it's a fake data or it's true data, whatever may be the data. Okay, then grouping the data, that is classification. Grouping is nothing but classification of data. So based on this analysis, based on this, we are going to do some analysis. So in 2016 to 20, in India, we are having good configured system, configuration of systems. That is i7, 4 GB hard disk, sorry, 4 GB RAM, 1 TB hard disk, then GPU, graphical processing unit, 512 MB, 1 GB. So in 2010, CBSE, our Central Board Syllabus Education System, introduced the Python as a syllabus in 2010. So CBSE officially announces Python as a syllabus in 2010. But engineering colleges, lot of engineering colleges, they announced Python as a syllabus around 2014, 13, 16 likewise. But 2010 CBSE announces introduce the syllabus Python. Okay, that is all the introduction about how Python comes, how we are lacking in Python, how we are lacking in data science, how we are lacking in deep science, deep learning, machine learning, artificial intelligence. Likewise, we are lacking. Okay, nowadays we are awareness, very awareness about Python. Okay, so lot of seminars, lot of online programs, lot of YouTube webinars are available based on Python. Okay, recently you go anywhere, there is a Python program is there, Python YouTube live classes there. Likewise, lot of awareness are created during from 2016 to 2020. So we must know about the Uber. We also know about Uber. Uber is a call taxi based one application. Then Dropbox. Recently, Dropbox is also used. Then Spotify. You already know about Spotify. It is a music app. Okay. Then Pinterest, BuzzFeed. These major websites and services are created by Python. These major Spotify app developed by Python. Uber services are developed by, maintained by Python. Pinterest, BuzzFeed, these. Okay, so Python plays a vital role nowadays in India. Okay, not only in India, all over the world, Python play the vital role. So the lot of application areas. One is internet based application, BitTorrent. You know about BitTorrent for downloading video files, whatever maybe they in a zip format or RAR format. You use BitTorrent. Okay, then Jagger Publishing Assistant, Twisted Matrix. These are all internet based applications. Then for civil oriented, 3D CAD, FreeCAD, Fandango, Blender 3D drawings. Blender, you download the software. There is a 3D drawings objects. You create text based or image based, whatever maybe three dimensional drawing. Blender is one software. Okay. Then WinTech or CAM, computer aided manufacturing mechatronics. Then enterprise applications, Odoo, Tritune, these are all image based applications. Image based VPython, Maya 6. Maya is a guy oriented software. Okay, then 4D. These are all the softwares developed by the Python. The background is Python. Okay, then mobile application we are using Android, iOS. PyRoot is one mobile based application. App Backup is one mobile based. Orlogic C05 these are all mobile based application softwares. Then Office application like MS Office. We here Calibri is one there. PySpread is one there. Okay, you go and download and work it there. Then personal information management system, Bitpim, Narwhal, likewise, these are all the various fields of applications of Python. Okay, next we go to web and internet based development. The software is Django. The software is Django. Then another one is Pyramid frameworks. I will explain later what is framework. Okay, Pyramid. Then Flask and Bottle. Nowadays you go and type in you Google Flask for website development. Flask plays one vital role. Okay, these are all micro frameworks. What is micro frameworks? Micro means small devices, mobile, likewise. These are all called micro frameworks. Okay, Django is in major frameworks, that is using laptop. Using laptop, we are download using browser. Suppose I am downloading one image, I am seeing a website using my laptop. That application will be created by Django Pyramid. Okay, suppose we are using an application in mobile, that application will be supported by Flask and Bottle softwares. Okay, then scientific and numerical for engineering students, for civil calculations, for mechatronics, mechanical students, for physics oriented formulas, Newton formula, likewise for maths oriented algebraic trigonometric formulas are easily used by lot of methods in the Python. That is SciPy is one library file is available. Then IPython is one file is available. So SciPy is used for mathematical purpose and science and engineering calculations. Then education side, it play vital role in teaching and programming. Okay, then desktop guys, that widget is nothing but design. Windows 10 is one design. Suppose you are changing your widget in mobile also. Screen appearance. Widgets is nothing but screen appearance. Okay, screen appearance is known as widget. Then software development industry. Python plays the tools in software development industry. We also know about Agile and Scrum. Agile and Scrum, the two tools are used in software development industry, that you learn about SDLC, software development life cycle. Okay, requirement phase and requirement analysis. Then seventh phase is software development life cycle, requirement analysis. Then project proposal, likewise. Then software testing, software requirement. In software engineering you learn this SDLC cycle. Okay, then business application ERP, just like Amazon, likewise here Odoo, Tritune, these two applications are available. You want to know more and more about Python, you go and log in this, you go and search www.python.org about apps. Here about projects, Python projects, what are all the recent projects are available in Python. Okay, you go and search using this website. Okay, then what is Python? Here we are going to learn about what is Python. So Python is an interpreted object oriented high level programming language with dynamic semantics used for general purpose. So what is interpreter? We already know about line by line compiler is known as interpreter. So first line it's correct, okay. Second line is correct, our programming code. Third line is correct. So line by line error checking is known as interpreter. What is object oriented? When we see an object, we can develop a program. We already studied the 8 concepts based on object oriented programming. What is the 8 concepts? One is class, another one is object, data abstraction, data encapsulation, data encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, dynamic binding, and message passing. The 8 concepts. Any program, any language, not program, any language satisfies these 8 concepts is known as object oriented programming. So Python is an object oriented programming like C++, Java, and C Sharp. Okay, so Python is an object oriented programming. So how the name comes, Python name comes. We also familiar, or we, our mind says what is Python? It's a snake. Our mind says it's a snake. Python is the name for a snake, but it's not true. Okay, it's not true. So BBC television broadcast one series. That series name is Monty Python Flying Circus. The series name is Monty Python Flying Circus. So Guido van Rossum, he is interested in seeing the series. Okay, he very much interested by watching this series. So based on this series, he named the Python. Okay, the Python name comes from the serial name. Okay, so Monty Python team. Okay, then he is the man created the Python. Guido van Rossum, or Guido van Rossum, you pronounce whatever maybe. Okay, Guido van Rossum. So he is the man. He is a mathematician. Okay, he is a mathematician. So for developing Python program, basic 10th standard mathematics is enough. Okay, 10th standard mathematics is enough. You won't have any huge IQ, huge programming skills. No, you won't need anything. Okay, simply basic mathematics is enough for writing program in Python. That is the important one. So Python is an exception. What is the exception here? Exception is nothing but, suppose I am going to develop one programming language or software, whatever may be. Okay, first I recruit brilliant or brilliant students or professionals for my team. Then I plan, then I produce a new language, then I get permission. Okay, then I have to publish. These are all the rules behind a software will be deployed in real time. Okay, so that is deployed means it will be given to the user or it will be published to the people. Okay, so we need lot of procedures. So any language, large companies employing lot of professionals, then they get copyrights, but Python is fully exception. Okay, no large company, Python has no large company, no professionals, no copyrights. Why? Because Rossum developed the Python program for his office use. So Rossum developed Python for his office use. So Rossum born in 1956, Haarlem, Netherlands. Okay. So Rossum developed Python component himself. Please underline the word himself. Python components for himself. So he won't need any big company, he won't need professionals, he won't need copyrights. Later 1999, Guido van Rossum defined his goal for Python. 1989 itself, Python comes into the world. Please understand, 1989 itself, 19, 1999 one Guido van Rossum developed the Python, complete Python. 1989 Python will be introduced, but complete Python, the goals will be reached at 1999, 2000, 2000 itself, complete Python will be developed. Okay, so based on the concept, what is the concept? Open source. The first concept is open source. Second concept is the codes are in plain English, understandable plain English, then suitable for everyday tasks, short time for development, minimum time for developing program. These are all the then powerful tool for major competitors. Powerful tool for the major. Who is the major competitors? Java, .NET, Java, .NET. These are all etc. Um, okay, these are all the Microsoft companies, Sun company. These are all okay major competitors. Okay, so to beat the major competitors, he developed the open source, then plain English, then for developing a component or for developing a program in very short period. Then so Python nowadays it's easy to learn, easy to teach, understand and teach, easy to use, easy to understand, easy to get a software or application, easy to develop an application. Okay, so who, what is Python rivals? Rivals means nothing but direct competitors. So a lot of indirect competitors are there. Java is also, Sun Microsystem is also one of the indirect competitor. Microsoft is also one of the indirect competitors. So a lot of companies are there, indirect competitors. Who is the direct competitor? Perl and Ruby, the two persons or two software is the direct competitors. So Perl is developed by Laravel, Ruby is developed by Yukimuro Matsumoto. Okay, so the two are scripting languages. Scripting languages. The two things are known as scripting. What do you mean by scripting languages? So logical application will be worked in web-based application. We need script. What is logical applications? Suppose I'm going to design, I'm going to place one image in a web pages, no problem. I'm going to type some text, no problem. Suppose date of birth is given, suppose date of birth 19/10/2001. Next I'm going to calculate his age. Okay, so I need some calculations. That time we need scriptings. So please note it down. So scripting, JavaScript, VB script, whatever may be the scripting languages you are using, scripting languages mainly used for logical operations, that is calculation. Likewise, this is a simple example. Okay, calculation, age, suppose salary, online calculating salary, likewise. So logical operations, we need script. For normal operation, we need HTML is enough. Okay, for normal, not operation, for normal, XML, HTML, DHTML, XHTML, these are all the markup languages. Inside the markup languages, we are writing code for logical operation, that is code for calculations. We need scripting languages. So please understand, scripting languages is nothing but for calculations. So Perl and Ruby, these are all the two competitors. Perl is nothing but Perl developed by C libraries. C libraries, basic C libraries. Okay, then Ruby is developed by recent ideas and recent libraries. Okay, so it is more innovative and more fresh ideas than Python. The two, Perl and Ruby, is direct competitors for Python in scripting languages. So lack in Python is scripting languages. So direct competitors, not lack. These are all direct competitors. Because in Ruby, suppose new technologies introduced, immediately Ruby adapt the new technology, new innovation. What is the meaning for innovation and new technologies? They developed immediately with this Ruby. So framework is on concepts is that you own within 10 minutes or within 5 minutes you can develop big websites using Ruby. Server side programming, client side programming, scripting programming, you can write. Okay, within their built-in tools are available, predefined tools, that is frameworks, easy frameworks that are available. Application programming interfaces is also called as frameworks. Then python lacks in python lacks in graphical user interface communication with graphical engines. So that it is the only one lack of Python. So still now Python programming not involved in the mobile application, because mobile application, every device in the mobile having graphical engine, fully graphical engine based. What is the meaning of mobile? We are having a mobile, it's a guy based environment. Mobile is a graphical rich graphic on device. Okay, so in that graphical engine, what is communication between effective drivers? What is effective drivers? Set of programs to communicate with graphic engine. Suppose here is one processor is there to display HD image. Please understand, I will explain this. HD image, I want to display one image with HD, but my image is lowest quality. Okay, so I need some tools to convert this into high quality images. Okay, or accept this high quality images, high dimensional images. Okay, HD is nothing but high dimensional images. So my device is accept this code, and again it convert into high definition. Okay, high dimension. Okay, so this program code will be lack in Python, communicating with this graphical device, GUI device GUI device. Suppose you see that our TVs are having full HD, half HD. Okay, likewise lot of TVs are available, half HD, full HD, QHD, likewise OLED TV. Likewise, these are all graphical user interface devices. Okay, based on the devices, the same input, your cable is same, your DTH connection is same, but the quality of the output will be different. Likewise, the program is same. Python, take Python program, it communicates with graphic engine, low quality. There is a lack means proper communication is not there. Suppose you use Java, there is a perfect communication. Still now you go for Sony TV, the Sony TVs are background Java programming is there. Please understand, behind Sony TV for graphical engine acceleration. Okay, inside the Sony TV, okay, behind the Java OS is not OS, Java application program is available. You go and check anywhere. Okay, Sony, the branded one, Sony, Samsung, Java application is available. Okay, for graphical, you won't worry that for menu only they are developing Java program. No, no, for menu, channel 1, channel 2, volume, audio, likewise they won't developing Java program. So they develop the program for graphical user interface. So in your mobile, lot of, not lot of mobile, 75% of mobile having Java. Okay, backend will be Java program. 70% of in the world, not 70, 90% of the mobile having Java program. You switch off any mobile, there itself Java program is there. Okay, so please understand, Python is the main drawback in graphical engine communication. To communicate with graphical engine, Python has drawbacks. Drawbacks means still now they are developing. The only area drawback. So this is the types of Python. So Python introduced in the year 1991, officially introduced in the year 1991. Okay. So at that time, C has the compiler Turbo, Java has compiler JDK, Java Development Kit. Then Microsoft having the compiler Visual Studio, Visual Studio. These are all the environments to run the programs. Java environment means Java, JDK is the environment to run the Java program. Turbo C is the environment to run the C++ program. Suppose you are running .NET files, you need Visual Studio to run the application, VB, whatever may be your application, you need the Visual Studio. Okay, so likewise in the starting, Python won't have any dedicated environment to run the program. Please understand my point. There is no dedicated environment initially by Python. So it depends on libraries of C. Suppose Python writes a command print. Print is a command. Print is a command. It will be written using the C program. So for writing this command, this method, print method, one method, print is a method to display the output statement. Okay, this method will be written in C programming. Okay, please understand. So initially C with Python. C with Python. Why we need C with Python? The code will be again converted into C libraries. C libraries understand the Python code because the Python code will be developed on C libraries. Easily understand by C libraries. Then again it will converted into C oriented programming. Then it will be executed. So C Python is nothing but C libraries with Python. So the environment is Turbo C. Likewise, that is also another name for the Python. C with Python. Okay. Then .NET, for .NET applications, Python will be developed. So it needs IronPython. Your Python program will communicate with .NET application needs that is known as Iron Python. Then Java based compiler, your Python program is there. Please understand, your Python program is there. You want to compile, you want to run, you need the environment Java based, Java libraries based Python program. The program is in Python, please understand. The program code will be in Python, but you want an environment to run the Python program. You need an API interface, you need an interface. That interface will be provided by Java, that is known as Jython. Okay, please understand. You want to run
Sir, I
the,
have one doubt, sir.
yes, yes,
So
please.
for writing all these codings in C, Java and all, we need to open that command windows and write for Python, right?
Not C program. The program is Python. All programs Python in
That
the,
is what, sir. The programming we are writing in Python, that programming for writing that Python program, we needed to open for C command windows and Java. That we have to open it, no, sir.
no, 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 no. Okay, in the starting itself, not nowadays. Okay, nowadays we
Yeah,
won't.
that is what I'm asking, sir. Not nowadays. Initially, I'm asking about, sir.
Initially, they are created one program. You suppose calculation of addition of two numbers. They created program using Python code, Python basic code.
Okay.
The code will be translated
Okay.
into C libraries. See, likewise,
Okay.
you can press F7 in Turbo C, F7 key, tracing. It automatically goes the library file. Suppose you are using printf, it goes to library files, linking the library file. Likewise, the Python code will be linked to, automatically linked to basic Python C libraries. Yeah, it will be converted into C program. Okay, the original Python
Okay,
program
sir.
converted into C based programs internally, not externally. We won't know, but it understood by C program. C only. So I want to speak with Malayalam. Okay, but I won't understand. I need an interface. Please understand. Okay, the interface, the intermediator man knows Malayalam. He knows Python. So between the man and me, okay, I easily write a program in Python. The man knows Python. The man also knows C because the basics is C. I develop Python. I communicate. It's an API like that. The basic library. Initially, all programs are not Java, whatever may be the programs. All programs are. Yeah, I already says that Perl is a written in C program. Perl. Just now, previous slide, please. Perl. Perl written in classic C programming languages. Perl. It's a scripting language like JavaScript, like VB script. It's advanced. Please understand. Compared to JavaScript, VB script, Perl is advanced level. Okay. Ruby is advanced, more and more advanced. Okay. But the Perl written in old scripting languages, traditional. That is means classical C programming. Every command in C, sorry, in Perl will be written using C program. Okay, please understand. So suppose I am
Okay, sir.
running Perl program. C compiler is enough for running my Perl program. Okay, so likewise, Ruby Python. Now we saw that what is Ruby? Ruby is a script based application. Initially, Python won't have an environment. Environment means running. Suppose I take an example. Suppose a child will born just 2 seconds before. Okay, what is the work for the child? He or she, the child, will breathe, then cry. So depends on the environment, he is going to survey. Okay, so he inhale the air, he shout, he move the hand legs likewise. Okay, otherwise we say that the child is dead. Okay, no movement, no crying, no actions. That's likewise Python program is initially developed using libraries. C libraries inside our mother, we are developed using some protected way. We come to real world, we need some environment. That environment created by C, that environment created by Java. So nowadays, lot of tools are there based on Java. PyCharm is one application. PyCharm purely developed by Java program, but it accepts the Python. Okay, it is a one tool for compiling Python programs. Okay, then later PyPy and R Python restricted Python. PyPy is nothing but Python within Python. There is no joining. All commands are developed within Python program. Okay, there is no other library files. Okay, 1991 complete Python coding all are developed based on Python itself fulfillment. Okay, Python as an environment to survey all its components. Then IDLE, integrated development learning environment. So Python IDLE. Why we need this IDLE? Okay, you already know that for Java there is an IDLE NetBeans. NetBeans, you learn it about NetBeans. Then Eclipse. So you run Java program. Okay, you run Java program. You need some environment. That environment will be given by either JDK or you are call it as J or E, Java 2 EE. Okay, so JDK or J or E, these tools should be installed in your system. This tool for running a Python. Suppose you are writing a Java program in Notepad, whatever maybe. If you want to run the Java program, you need this environment. Okay, Java virtual machine should be installed. Likewise, then NetBeans. It's an integrated development. And what is integrated development environment? What is mean by integrated development environment? Suppose my program, Java program, is written in Notepad. Okay, or in my Java simple Java program. Okay, this program wants to communicate with some HTML file. Please understand, this program wants to communicate with some HTML file. So I need JavaScript. Otherwise, I need servlets for server-side scripting. Okay. Otherwise, I need applet. Likewise, I need some environments. Okay, some integrated. That is integrated. Suppose I want to communicate with Oracle. I want to communicate with Oracle. My application want to communicate with Oracle. Okay, so there is an API to communicate with Oracle. That API will be available in NetBeans. Suppose I want to develop another program in PHP. Okay, there is an API available in NetBeans. Okay, so PHP, Java. So one program is Java, another program is PHP, another program is Oracle based program. So I want to communicate these three programs. Java program wants to communicate with PHP program. PHP program wants to communicate and store in Oracle backend as engine. So it needs servlets. So servlets in server side. So again it needs HTML program. Okay, this is known as environment, integrated development learning environment. We are grouping all the related items for website, for database, for scripting languages. Likewise, we are grouping needed some tools integrated. Suppose anyone knows about XAMPP, XAMPP, XAMPP for running PHP program. We are going to install this XAMPP, WAMP, LAMP, LAMP. So W for Windows, L for Linux, X for any OS. This is the meaning. So what is the term AMP? What is the term AMP? X is for Windows or any OS. X is for any OS. W is for Windows. L for Linux. Okay. So this is a tool. You want to run your PHP program. You need this environment. This ideally integrated development learning environment. I will explain this tool. Okay. Then you understand what is ideally. Okay. So here one server name is A means Apache Tomcat. It's an Apache Tomcat. Then M means MySQL. M means MySQL. P means Perl. Perl. Then P means PHP. PHP. So once again, please understand why we need these four components. Please understand. Then you learn why we need Python ideally. What is ideally? Can I erase this? So suppose I'm running PHP program. It surely runs in the browser. PHP program runs in the browser. Okay, I run any program, PHP program, it needs browser. Okay, so inside the PHP program, I am using calculations inside the PHP program. Okay, I am using calculations. So I need scripting. So the scripting will be Perl. Perl is nothing but scripting language. Perl is nothing but scripting language. So I'm going to write some calculations for my PHP page. I need scripting language, that is Perl. Suppose I want to store in database my information. Suppose username, login ID, password, email. Suppose Gmail account or whatever may be your account, email ID, password should be stored in your backend. I need one database languages. That is here MySQL. 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 So I want to run these programs. So because PHP is the client side program, MySQL is database backend storage, is front end backend. So I am going to communicate with my server. Who is the server? One who provides services. So here Apache Tomcat. A means Apache Tomcat. This is the server, IIS, Internet Information Server. You learn this. Server is nothing but services because it's transmitting information from both client and server, from both sides, transmitting information. So supply the information from the database to your application, or from application to your database, storing information from the application, your browser, to the database. Suppose you are using Gmail, your password, your user ID will be stored. Then inside Gmail inbox, these messages are stored in some locations. Okay, so client request, server accepts. Okay, these are all the components. These are all the components. Suppose I am writing simple PHP program, this PHP and Perl, because it runs in this. So then suppose I'm using database oriented MySQL. So here Apache Tomcat server acts as a client and server. Okay, it provides the environment to work PHP. So it acts as a server. Apache Tomcat is acts as a server to provide services. I think we are all computer science students. We work the program like client server technology. Client server technology. For that purpose, anyone please answer in Java program how you write the client server technology program. First you open, suppose I take RMI, remote method identification. How many of them know? I won't know. Okay, but I take an example. Suppose I want, sorry, I write a client program. Okay, I write a server program. Okay, I want to run the client program in client machine, the server program in server machine. Take an example. Okay, what is server, what is client? Client is nothing but request, getting information. Server is nothing but providing information. This simple task, simple meaning. Request, response. Okay, request, response. Getting information, client. Who is giving? Server. Who is getting? Client. Okay, so these two persons will communicate. The client and server will communicate. We must made an environment like a child comes to the world. He or she makes the environment to live in the environment, live in the this world. Okay, live in this world. She or he detached from his mother, she ready to live in the world. Likewise, client program, sender request, server program, responses. So these two will be handled. So in, we write, run the program in client side, because one system, please, it's truly say that client runs in one system, server runs in another system. You are running Linux, I think Linux is an example. If you run the Linux machine is running. Okay, you run, your username is given, you run the program in individual machine. So 29 user or 30 users are given, user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4, user 5, user 6. Likewise we are running. So likewise here I am going to run Java program. We open two terminals. One is for server, another one is for client. For networking applications, you are working with networking applications. One is for client, another one is for server. Server is started, then only you send request. Likewise, Apache Tomcat server is to start to provide PHP based services, PHP based services, Perl based services, MySQL based service, that is Oracle based, that is query based, SQL query. Select star from. These commands will be understood by MySQL. Then Perl scripting, calculations. These command will be understood by this. Likewise, my connection is interrupted. Please. Okay, no problem. So The next one important one, this I close this session. Okay. Um, Tomorrow we learn about how to install, how to work with Pythons. So now you little bit know about IDLE, integrated development learning environment. Integrated development learning environment. Okay. So here I use Google Colab. Here for my application, I use Google Colab. Why I use Google Colab? Because Google Colab, it won't needs any physical hardware. It won't need any physical hardware. It is an online application for Python. To run an online Python program, Google Colab is one tool to run my Python program in online. It needs only network and our Gmail account. Python IDLE I download and install in my system. This works on based on Linux shell programming. You already know Linux shell programming, understand, otherwise leave it. It works based on Linux shell programming. Then PyCharm. PyCharm is a third party tool. Please understand, third party tool. We run Java, we need only Java vendors. That is Sun Microsystem based product, the Java program only runs. We won't run with, suppose JDK only runs. Take an example, JDK only runs, Turbo C only runs C program. Please take it as an example. Turbo C, that tool, that compiler only runs C program. But here Python ideally is the Python tool, Python own tool, Python org own tool. But PyCharm, this tool developed by Java, this compiler developed by Java, but it runs Python program. Please understand, PyCharm is a compiler. Please take it as a compiler. It's a environment. It's an environment to run Python program, but this software developed by Java, developed in Java, not by Java, developed in Java. So Anaconda, third party software. Visual Code, VS Code, this will be Microsoft product to run the Python program. Python program, to run the Python program, VS Code. Okay, these are all the third party vendors. Third party vendors. Google Colab is also Google, developed by Google. Okay, to run by. Can you understand? Is there any online compiler nowadays? It comes there. Before 2 or 3 years back, or if you are working with systems, nowadays also Apex for Oracle. Anyone knows? You go there. Apex is one website is there for running online Oracle program. Online Oracle. Online Oracle. Before that, we install Oracle or MySQL, Oracle 8 or Oracle 9 or Oracle 11 in our system. Then it takes huge storage. Okay, for running simple program, create a table name, select star. From this simple command, we are using a huge storage. Run, set up the how we set the Oracle, how we execute. We won't know, we get trouble with that. Okay, lot of the colleges they are troubling with Oracle installation. Okay, but today Apex is on there, Apex website. You go Google, type Apex to run online queries of Oracles. Okay, lot of websites are nowadays there, third party online compilers. Likewise, Google Colab is online compiler. These three are other party, third party software to run Python program. So what is the limitation? These components should be installed in local system. But Google Colab you won't install. What is the main advantage of Google Colab? It won't needs graphical card. It won't needs. There is a server maintained by Google. There is a Python compiler is there. Okay, then graphical card is there. Remote means it will be available in anywhere, any one system. Good configured system is available to you. It supplies to you memory space, some 100 GB for Python only. RAM capacity 4 GB. But you are having system in your home, you are having suppose 2 GB. Okay, there is no GPU, graphical processing unit, that is graphics card. There is no GPU. Okay, but Google Colab provides on remote computing. Okay, remote compute, that is the best. Next one, I am just 5 minutes. I'm going to close the class. Okay, this is the last concept. The recordings will be updated in the Google Classroom. Okay, today recording will be automatically updated in the Google Classroom. So local system and with limitation. So then C and Java or whatever, maybe C++, Oracle, whatever, maybe you take any languages, it's purely based on linguistics, but that is means grammar based. Grammar based means suppose I want to speak in English, I need subject plus verb plus object. There is a rule there. I want to speak speak in English, I need subject plus verb plus object. There is a simple word is available there. Okay, simple rule. There is a grammar, but in Python only math background is enough. How? I will explain this. Suppose I want to write a C program. I know the structure. What is the structure? Include, main, then opening, closing. For writing a simple sentence, I have to study what is punctuation, what is operators, what is constants, what is keywords, what is identifiers. So based on this 5 elements, a single statement will be written. Okay, surely I know I must very well in the structure. Likewise, Java class, there is a syntax: class name, then open braces, then public static void main, inside there string arguments, then opening, closing, then closing. So this is the basic structure I need. Then writing simple program: system.out.println, system.out.println. What is system? What is dot out? What is println? That is a complicated to me. It's a predefined one. System.out. Okay, it's a complicated one. But Python, it's very easy to write a program. So that's all enough today. If you have any queries, so tomorrow we are going to learn about the library, IDLE, Python IDLE, Anaconda, Google Colab, Jupyter Notebook, Spider, VS Code, Visual Source Code, then PyCharm. So Python IDLE developed by Python org, Anaconda third-party software, Pandas likewise. Then Google Colab, Google, Jupyter is also third-party software, Spider is also third-party software, VS Code Microsoft, PyCharm Sun Microsystem, that is Java, Sun Microsystem. Okay, so these are all. Apart from this, lot of tools are available. The main tools, these are all. So Anaconda used for data science and machine learning and deep learning. If you are working with Anaconda, so if you are working with data science or machine learning or deep learning, you must install Anaconda. At least you install Jupyter Notebook. Don't go for Google Colab, because if you go for Google Colab, your network speed will be very high, should be high. That is the drawback. But for basic application, you use Google Colab. For data in small application, for small application machine learning, for small application deep learning, okay, you use Google Colab. Suppose you are developing big projects or big data sets, image based data set, you install Anaconda, then your minimum configuration should be high, your system configuration should be high.